Thank you, Sonny. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm here today to talk about fear as the subject of my fourth project in the entertainment speaker, dramatic presentations. So fear, something we all know. At times it can be paralyzing, overwhelming us, keeping us from doing something that frankly we know needs to be done regardless. But because of that fear, we don't move into action. Now, fear comes from a bunch of things. For me, it could be trying to talk to a pretty girl at a bar, or maybe trying to kill that gigantic spider on the wall that is just keeping me from moving and keeping me shaking in my boots. Whatever the reason for a fear is, we know that we have to overcome it with courage. But where does courage come from? I think that we all have our own sources of inspiration for courage. And for me, mine is my grandpa. And how he risked his life one day to save his men and earned himself a Bronze Star. It was a hot, muggy day in August, pretty similar to this one, only in the dense forests in New Guinea, where the crowded trees and Japanese forces were lurking throughout, made it a little bit more unbearable than our current August day here in rural Lebanon, Oregon. 1st Cavalry Sergeant Wyatt King was leading his men in a patrol through the forest, and all of a sudden, machine gun fire rent the air. Coming from the top of the hill overlooking the road, Japanese forces had targeted my grandpa's patrol and were firing on them. Without support, my grandpa's men dove into the beam, firm for cover that was by the side of the road. Sergeant King knew that they had to get themselves out of there, and that no one was coming to help them. So as bullets flew overhead, he grabbed a machine gunner and another general infantryman and decided to take the hill. As the rest of the patrol gave covering fire, those 3 men charged up the hill, directly into the target line of the Japanese machine gunners. Picturing my grandfather racing up towards danger, I feel my own fear start to swell up. I can hear the Japanese forces. Asoko ni! Asoko ni! Utsu! Utsu! Over there. Over there. Fire. I can picture them swinging the machine gun around, targeting those 3 men, firing directly into them. But that didn't stop my grandpa. I picture him continuing to run up that hill as the machine gun fire cuts down both men on his side. That didn't stop him either. Throwing 2 grenades to buy himself time, he ran back and picked up the fallen machine gun and continued his charge up the hill. Taking that hill, he used the machine gun to clear out the Japanese forces, freeing his men and earning his Bronze Star. That courage gives me strength, because I know that that blood runs in my veins. And reflecting on his determination, his grit, and his mettle in having to save his troops, well, it makes it damn near impossible for me to excuse myself from any cowardice or fear. Because what's asking out a pretty lady compared to taking a machine gun? It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. It makes all of my fears seem trivial, because they are. But my grandpa's story taught me something else about courage. Something that I think is far more important. You see, I never actually heard my grandpa tell this story. My dad only heard it once. My brother heard some passing details late one night. The only reason I know as much as I do is because of my great cousin Rick, who my grandpa lived with after he came back from the war, and used to love hearing Sergeant King's war stories when he couldn't sleep. Those stories inspired a curiosity that caused my cousin Rich to break into Sergeant King's closet, and he found hidden there the Bronze Star and a letter of commendation from an army. See, Grandpa King didn't like to talk about Sergeant King. He didn't see himself as a hero. He was just doing his job, saving his buddies. He doesn't remember it as a moment of glory. He grieves for his lost friends. This humility taught me what I feel is the most important lesson about courage. Courage is about having the grit to get something done, no matter what it takes. Not because it is courageous, but because it must be done. Thank you.